So in this video I'm going to present you the system that brought me clarity, premium clients and freedom in life and business, with no aggressive marketing, with no complicated systems, without burnout, and how you can do it too without wasting months and thousands of dollars on trial and error. I'll show you exactly what works for me and for my clients. This is not for you if you are a complete beginner, if you just want to sell something online, if you constantly put off taking action, you are looking for overnight miracles, and you have small goals, both in business and in life. This video is for you if you want personal profit that satisfies you and gives you financial freedom. You want high quality clients and you want to be paid what you are truly worth. You already tried building a buyer audience before. You also feel like the methods don't fit or are too stressful. You want your work to have real impact, and right now you feel like you don't have a clear and effective strategy to reach your goals faster. Now, why should you listen to me in the first place? Here is my story in a nutshell. In 2018, I started this digital marketing career. By that time, I was working at a 3-star hotel reception in the middle of Cluj-Napoca city, and that job was not the best because I made over $400 per month during that time. I worked day and night. During that time, by the way, I was in college and I learned business administration and marketing. And because of the schedule, it was very stressful and exhausting for me. Also, at that moment when I was working at the reception, I had a lot of free time, especially when we had no clients. So I started to learn digital marketing, how to create websites. I learned graphic design. I learned copywriting, Facebook ads, and many other skills. And of course, after all these months of learning, I eventually changed my job with a better one. I was a marketing specialist at a real estate agency, and I created like everything for them. I did social media marketing, graphic design, SEO, branding, and much more. But a job, it's a job, right? You are limited in that space. Your income is limited, and basically, I forced myself to go beyond limits. And that was the motto of my digital marketing agency that I started in 2020. And since then, I got over 50 reviews on Google. I helped over 100 clients to scale their businesses. Here are some companies that I work with, both Romanian companies and some international companies. And I worked with many consultants, coaches, freelancers, solopreneurs, founders, and so on. Now, with almost 8 years experience in digital marketing field, I discovered some industry problems. First one, the market is full with new opportunists who lack real experience and expertise in the field, and also who lie. They lie about their clients, experience, income, and so on. We are all being bombarded with too much content in every niche, and the social media became highly competitive place. Most people rely only on short-term tactics based on constantly changing algorithms. Being good nowadays, it's no longer enough. People don't just buy the end result. They buy the transformation. Most strategies are built on generalities without focusing on your identity and your business. And just being present online is no longer enough. And all these gurus and experts tell you the following: post more, spend more money on ads, grow your team, make more offers, message more people, use this magic prompt. At the end of the day, you have zero energy, you feel stressed, your inbox is still empty with no messages from potential clients. The clients aren't engaged, your morale is low, you are overwhelmed, and your profit isn't satisfying. I know this because I've been there before, and I knew I had to do something differently. To have a profit margin over 80%, to stop selling forcefully or manipulatively just to land another client, to stop posting just for the sake of being present, to work only with great clients I genuinely resonate with, to have freedom and flexibility, to be the one others get inspired by, not the other way around, to do things strategically with clarity and vision, to work with joy and flow, to have real impact in other people's lives, and to feel calm, at peace with every choice I make. And here is the old and the new way of doing things. In the old way, I used to focus myself, my energy, my attention on business. Now I focus on lifestyle. Before, I used to focus on high income. Now I'm focusing on high profit. Before, I was aggressive in sales. Now I do smart marketing to attract the right clients. Before, I was focused on large teams. Now I'm only focused on a compact team. Before, I used to have multiple offers. Now I only have one core offer, which is highly valuable and optimized. Before, I focused on complexity. Now I focus on simplicity. Before, I tried to get any type of client just to make some money. Now I only work with high quality clients. Before, I tried to get as many leads as possible. Now I'm focused more on qualified leads. I also try to get a giant audience. Now I only want specific audience. Before, my schedule was full. Now my schedule is flexible. I tried to get as many clients as possible, unlimited clients. Now I have limited spots available. At the summer in 2023, I had this huge decision that I have to change something, and I changed literally everything. And that's how my high ticket legacy idea was born. The vision is to live the life you once dreamed of. We also focus on profit. You earn more than you thought you could. Speed. You make quick decisions with certainty. The impact. What you do has real impact in others' lives. Fulfillment. Your business is aligned with your identity. Simplicity. You've managed to turn complex things into simple ones. Clarity. You know everything you do is clear, meaningful, and well structured. And at the end, everything results in freedom. You feel truly free. For high ticket legacy, there are 4 big steps. We start with the legacy offer. I strongly suggest that you stop using recorded courses or selling only digital products. Why? Because the competition is high. The clients are unengaged, which means poor results for them, and they'll say your course isn't good enough. It's hard to sell without a massive audience and a strong brand. You have no connection, no interaction or loyalty with your clients. You have less feedback or no feedback at all, so you don't know how to improve. It's hard to launch, it's exhausting, and often it's not worth the effort. And of course, it's low profit. How I know this? Well, here is an example of a WordPress course that I added on Udemy platform. I got around 40 sales. My rating was 4.8, which is quite good, but I had 0 student interaction, and the actual net profit after Udemy's cut was around $250. But for me to create this course, to structure it, to record every single lesson, to edit everything, to publish on Udemy, and to create the presentation, it took me around 100 hours to do all these things. And if you divide my net profit at 100 hours, it's around $2.5 per hour, which is not the best, right? So stop doing only online courses. Also, stop doing hourly pricing, because you constantly have to justify what you do. Your client doesn't get the environment needed for true transformation. There's no recurring income and no sustainability for you. The clients want as much value as possible in as few sessions as possible. If you don't work, you don't earn, and it's hard to scale. I used to do hourly consulting. So for 1 hour, they paid me around 200 euros. And that's how I made around 30K in revenue in almost 1 year and a half. And of course, it was nice because I had $200 per hour, right? It's more about the average. But after you cut taxes, after you cut the marketing and all the expenses in the business, things are not so pink as you may thought. And of course, don't do subscriptions, at least not yet, because it's hard to grow a client base big enough to sustain yourself from this alone. You need to invest heavily in ads to get as many clients as possible. You need to constantly have to come up with something new, which is ongoing effort. You also need a large volume of clients. You spend a lot of time on marketing and a lot of time on support. It's hard to scale without a team, and also having a team brings its own headaches. And of course, you need extra income sources until it takes off. And that takes a long time. What is the better alternative? We start, of course, with the legacy offer, and the first point is the strategic clarity, which means we have to define the new identity and your new mission. We help you to define your new standards. We made a audit and a deep research for your niche, for your competition, for your market, and of course that's how you will build a solid foundation. Now the next step will be to define your premium client avatar. That avatar should have a buying power. You have to reduce the pain as much as possible and to increase the pleasure while doing that offer. And of course you have to decrease the effort as much as possible for your client, and you have to see what they need and to help them solve their needs. And here, of course, at the client avatar, you must know their demographics, their behaviors, and psychological profile. And that's what I did for myself, and I was doing for all of my clients. Now, after you have defined your strategic clarity and you have your premium avatar client established, you have to choose the hybrid model, which means you have to do more than just a single course or a single consulting. You have to combine everything in one-on-one consulting sessions, in group sessions, in premium resources. You have to create your lead magnets and also community. We will talk about the community later. And that's how you define your hybrid models. So your model shouldn't be only 1 hour consulting with you or only an online course or a digital product. It means everything that is structured in a program. And for that program, you need a unique mechanism to help people solve their problems, which means you have to establish a premium positioning in the market. You have to focus on the transformation process of your client to get them from point A to point B. But before getting them to point B, you must know their point A. And of course, you have to do premium delivery, because you cannot have premium clients if you are not doing premium delivery. And after you define everything in this place, the strategic clarity, the premium avatar, the hybrid model, and your unique mechanism, of course, you have to plan everything and start doing actions. Now, the next step is authentic marketing. What all the experts tell you to do. To be super niched, right? To post as much educational content as possible. To give away lots and lots of free materials. To send cold messages until something works. To post in Facebook groups. To offer free consulting and so on. But everyone is already doing it. That the market is saturated and you are just another one trying to land clients. After that, of course, you end up doing what everyone else does, offering huge discounts just to make the offer more attractive. You are giving strong guarantees to your clients, but risky for you. You are competing on who does more, who does better, who does it cheaper. You are wasting hours giving free sessions just to get clients who don't value you for what you're really worth. And you end up destroying your morale, your health, and your peace of mind. But how do you attract high-paying clients? How do you go from just another option to the only option? How do you sell at premium prices? How do you get clients who stay with you and refer you? How do you generate high profits? And how do you achieve the freedom and the impact you dream of? That's what you do in authentic marketing. So we have three main pillars. It's pro content, the ads and funnels, and a circular system. That's how you attract and convert in an authentic way, without overwhelming yourself with too many tasks, without spending money in dozens of directions, without wasting time on things that don't bring results. Now, let's start with the pro content. Well, your content right now needs to attract and create connection, build your authority, and also convert. So that's how you create content. For example, on Instagram, you must attract people to your lead magnet, and after that you must do nurturing. But you probably ask yourself, okay, what is a pro content, or what type of content should I create? Well, first thing first, you need to know the 5 levels of client awareness. So let's say there is a huge market, over 100 million people, that can be your total addressable market. But from that huge market, a huge part of them are unaware that they have a problem. Some of them are aware that they have a problem. There are people who are solution aware, which means they started to find some solutions in the market. There are people who are product aware. So in this case, they are aware that you have a solution for them in the market. And there are people who are ready to buy at the bottom of this funnel. Now, what you need to take into consideration is the following. From the huge market that you can address yourself, 50% of people will not buy from you. They will buy from your competition, and 50% can buy from you, but only around 20% of them will buy in the next days or up to 3 months, and the others 80% will buy in 3 months up to 2 years from you. Which means after you attract those people in your ecosystem, you must feed them with content and solutions and so on until the moment they are ready to buy. Now, because you know this, and we are at the content pro section, these are the type of contents that you must create regarding what level of awareness your audience is right now. For unaware people, you must tell stories and secrets. For problem-aware people, you must create content with benefits and anxieties. For people who are in the solution-aware stage, you must create content with claims and proof that everything is working. For people who are product aware, so they are aware that you have a product in the market and you can be an option for them, you must do discounts and deals. And for people who are most aware, you must create content about your product and pricing. Now let's go to the second pillar for the authentic marketing, which is funnels and ads. So this is a simple funnel, right? You create a piece of content, an Instagram post, for example, and you tell them to send you a message. And this is a simple funnel, right? The problem when you are doing content is that there are many people who don't see your content, right? So you post right now on Instagram and you try to make your post to be seen as many people as possible, but sometimes it's just hard, right? Because Instagram, especially when you're doing links or when you are trying to do some CTAs, they just don't show people your posts, or they show just to a small audience but not your all audience, and this is not the best for you. So what you can do in this situation, you must do ads, which means you have to amplify the visibility of that content with proper campaigns. You must create a campaign with a clear objective, with a clear audience and a clear message. And that's how you can attract the right people to the conversion stage, where you have to show your offer, you must present your offer, you must collect data, and of course you have to sell. So this is a funnel that is boosted with ads. It's a funnel that is amplified by the ads. But the secret here is that you don't need too many ads. You don't need to spend a lot of money on ads. You must only create two type of campaigns. One, it's a campaign with a cold audience, which means people who don't know about you, about your brand, they don't know about your product, and you just have to attract them to yourself with a lead magnet, for example. And the second one, it's a warm audience, which means there are people who visited your pages, follow you, and some of them already are already in your list, for example. And for this, you must create one simple evergreen ad for this campaign and for this campaign, one hero page, and one offer per audience. So in total, you have two campaigns, which means one it's called audience, one it's warm audience, two offers, which means two pages, and two sales system. That's pretty much it. And that's how I was able to help my clients to get these results. For example, we have 104 euros in sales with around 12,000 euros spent on ads in 6 months of collaboration. Or we had around 10k in sales with around 40 bucks spent on ads in 30 days of collaboration. Or we had these results, around 20k in sales with around 1k spent on ads in 100 days of collaboration, or around 5k and a half leads with around 21k spent on ads. It's around 4 euros per lead in 12 months of collaboration. In 75 days of collaboration with a small budget, we have around 326 leads with around 1k spent on ads, around 4 euros per lead. Or 23k in sales with around 3.6k spent on ads in 40 days of collaboration, or $90,000 in sales with around 6k spent on ads in 4 months of collaboration. Now, because I know how to do Facebook ads better than most of my clients, I help them directly to run proper campaigns and to help them to get these results without wasting money on ads. Now, there is a problem here. Funnels in general are a problem. Why they are a problem? Of course, you can get all these results with funnels, which are quite nice. But what you do with people that are not ready to buy yet? Well, this means you must stop doing funnels, because over 80% aren't ready to buy now. At funnels, you rely on high volume and hope that something sticks. The conversion is based mostly on selling. You lose a large portion of clients who go to someone else, which means you have to create an extra solution. And this is a circular system. This kind of system, it builds over time and you don't lose any potential clients. It's based on lead efficiency, which means smaller audience, lower costs, and higher profits. Conversion is driven by marketing and personal brand. And it's a hybrid method that combines both direct marketing, which brings fast and reliable results, and also your personal branding. And here it's an example of that circular system. instead of just doing funnels in this version, you also create a full circular system. So you create content, for example, on Instagram, then you attract people to your lead magnet, and here you do conversion. For those people who are now in your list, you must do nurturing, and here you feed them with your YouTube videos and with other type of content. Then you try to attract those people in your community, and after that, in that community, you deliver value for them, and you get feedback also from them. And of course, with that feedback and data, you can invest more in your program. You attract those people from your community in your high ticket program, and there you get results, reviews, and more proof for your content, and that's how you create a circular system. Now, you probably heard about this system before, but this is a little different because at the community part, you rely on connection, on credibility, and on real feedback. For that, I must warn you to stop using Facebook groups. Facebook groups are not the best in building communities, because I had a Facebook group here in my country, in Romania, with around 1.5k people. And also I had another group in 2023 it was called the Online Business Romania group with around 25k people, but I quit everything regarding those groups. And why I did that? Because when you are doing Facebook, when you are posting on Facebook groups, Facebook is weird, you know. You every time you rely on that Facebook algorithm, and your posts are not visible to people who are entering Facebook. My community members didn't see my messages, and that was quite bad. Also, you should stop working on platforms that limit you. For example, WhatsApp groups. WhatsApp, it's nice, but it's nice for inner circle. It's nice for not too many people. If you have hundreds and thousands of people in a community, you cannot do WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups, because it's very hard to talk with everyone. You cannot do topics. You cannot structure your community in a better way. Of course, you probably heard about School or Kajabi, but they are not the best when starting out, because you have to do like monthly payments just to have the group. But instead of paying monthly to Hormozy or to other people, instead of doing that, why not using a smarter method? Let's move to the step number 3, which are simple sales. And for this, I strongly recommend you to do one-on-one calls. And why you should do one-on-one calls instead of doing, for example, funnels, or instead of just sending people to a landing page? Well, there are several reasons for that. The reason number 1 are the numbers. Let's say you have 100 people that arrive on your landing page, on your presentation, and you have the buy button. From 100 people, the conversion rate it's around 1%, and this means you will only get one client. If you have 100 people that arrive at your landing page and you don't sell anything to them, you just try to qualify them with a form, for example, this means for 100 people you will get around 40% qualified leads. You can call everyone and you can do like 40 calls, which means 30% conversion rate and 12 clients. So it's 12x more efficient doing sales calls than doing only sale on landing page. Also, the reason number 2, it's more clarity for you and for the potential client. With no calls at all, you rely on the presentation page, which may not be fully optimized. You risk the visitor not clearly understanding the offer and the offer benefits, And the conversion rate in general is lower because there is no human connection and interaction. With a sales call, you better understand the potential client's needs, and you can focus on what matters most to them. You ensure the offer is clear for them, they understood the offer, and the potential client sees its value. You can be flexible with the pricing, with the payment methods, and the conversion rate is much higher, of course, because you are in a sales call and you have interaction with those people. And the last reason for doing sales calls, instead of just sending people to a landing page where they have to buy, of course you can do that. You can send people to a landing page, but if you want to sell high ticket, if you want to sell programs that are worth thousands and thousands of dollars, this is what it needs. Okay, people want some connection. People want some interaction. People will not send you a lot of money from their pocket with thousands and thousands of dollars without speaking or interacting with anybody. It can be you that is doing the sales calls, or it can be a high-ticket sales closer. This is up to you if you want to expand your team or if you want to do it all by yourself. But don't worry, you don't need to be an expert to do a high-ticket sale. You just need to care. And also, if you decide to do one-on-one sales calls, you must not use the old sales model, but using the new one. For the new sales model, you focus around 70% on the diagnosis for your client, which means you must ask your potential client what blocks them, what are their fears, what did they do before, how much they want to or they are willing to invest, and many other questions like that. In the old way, you just ask people a few questions and then you present your offer in 50% of the conversation, and after that you try to deal with objections in 40% of that time. But this means you will have around 1 or 2 hours of that discussion, and the close rate is pretty low. On the new sales model, the close rate is higher because you focus more on the client problem and needs, which means that you know exactly how you can deal when presenting your offer, and you only have a few objections left. Sometimes you just have no objections at all, and this results in around 20 to 45 minutes discussion. It's just better and simple to do the new way. The last part is the scale system, and for this I'm going to show you something. Let's say you do marketing, you do sales, you do your business with all that motivation, right? You watch an Andrew Tate video and you are very, very motivated, right? You are in the best shape possible and you want to rock and you want to conquer the world and everything like that. This means motivation. But when you are relying only on motivation, you only post when you feel motivated, you only work when you are in the mood, you waste time listening to motivational speakers, you are distracted, and you rely on inspiration. And that's why motivation is not enough. You also need discipline. And discipline will help you more because you post even when you don't feel like it. You work daily with a plan. You ignore the motivational noise. But there is a problem here as well. You force yourself to keep going and you rely on willpower. So it's not enough just to do motivation or discipline. You also need systems. With systems, you post automatically with a plan. You work according to a clear process. You have a calendar, not excuses. You optimize, not improvise, and you rely on structure. Without proper systems, you cannot scale your business. And I'm going to show you an example from my personal system. So this is my workspace in Notion, and here is how I organized my things. For example, this is my task calendar. Here are my daily plans. I just press here, add an item. I have daily plans here, and I have a template with all the things that I have here to do, a to-do list that I create every day, and this helps me to stay organized and to have to be more productive. Also here I have some templates, weekly outcomes templates. Here are mine. I duplicate this every week and complete this template. Also here, for example, I have the my content system, but I will show you the system that I shared with my clients, which is Vincent system. This is the one. You have personal mastery here, and here you have some exercises and things that you must complete in order to discover yourself, in order to have more clarity, in order to have a vision, in order to stay focused and stay in shape every time. You also have planning here and your vision and some exercises to do. Also here is my content system that is shared with my clients, and here you have some things. For example, your client avatar workshop. Here you can define your client avatar, the post types, the idea generation worksheet, the email writing examples, something here about the human behavior, list of hooks. For example, these are some hooks. Also how to write on X and LinkedIn, a framework, copy frameworks, tools, and writing framework for emails, for content, for stuff, everything related to that. Here is this research part, short video inspiration, content script, content ideas, and here you can also create your content. For example, here you can record your videos, and you can this is a checklist. Here you can add page with your all your recorded videos. You can choose the status. You can choose the post type. You can also choose the platform and the performance and the date and everything related to this content. And here is the share stuff with your video editor. If you have a video editor, you can create a page here. You can let me give an example. Here I have my content here. I uploaded this video for my editor, and my video editor edited my video in this place. See, it's around 4 minutes video, and my video editor cut everything and added subtitles and more effects and so on, and it's around 1 minute video. And this is a type of content system that I provide for my clients. And also this self-mastery place, this is mine, this is my personal self-mastery. It's for my clients as well. Of course, if you want a copy of this personal mastery system, you can just check the link in the description of this video, and you can get that for free if you join my Discord community. Now, what all the gurus tell you to do? Just post in Facebook groups, right? Send cold messages, send emails, make cold calls, hire sales agents, host free webinars, run ads to ebooks or free webinars, increase the volume. This will only give you headache, burnout, stress, and freebie seekers. Please stop doing that. You are not like the others. People don't care. People who don't pay you a penny, they don't care about your offer. They don't care about you. They don't care about your business. They only care about themselves. They only want that free stuff that you are offering without any involvement, without anything. So instead of just listening to all these gurus and trying to burn yourself out doing a lot of freebies and with a lot of webinars, free webinars and free gifts and free stuff, stop doing that and start doing business. To do business, you need money, and for money, you need offers where people actually have to pay. So stop offering everything for free. Only create free lead magnets if you know exactly what you're doing. If not, stop doing that. Start providing services. Start earning real money. What you can do better, of course, it's follow the high-ticket legacy framework, which means a business model you can be proud of. You have to align your business with your identity. You have to create a premium offer, your legacy offer. You must raise your prices and optimize the delivery. You must do authentic marketing that builds visibility, authority, credibility in the market. And you must create a system that saves you time and reduces your efforts. Your results will be the following. Your business is aligned with your identity. You have over 90% profit. You feel fulfilled. Everything is optimized. You are efficient. You create impact. Your clients are satisfied. You are free, and you build your legacy. Now you might be wondering, how do I align my business with my identity without losing what I already built? How do I attract premium clients? And how do I approach them when they reach out? What do I deliver, and how do I deliver to premium clients? How do I keep a premium client? How do I do marketing without wasting money and time on methods that don't suit me? How do I build systems that actually fit my business? How do I scale my business? The answer is simple. Join the High Ticket Legacy program. Send me a message with the word legacy on Instagram, the Andrei Isip, and we will have a quick chat to see if the program is good for you, to see exactly what you get in this program, and of course, if you have questions, you can ask me there. Thank you for watching and stay strong.